Hmm. Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a reading for Sagittarius energy, but I see some of my cards are flipped over. We have an Emperor in reverse, so some of you could be letting go of somebody who's bossy and controlling. If you were kind of bossy and controlling and wanting things your way, you're letting that go. Some people could not be willing to make a decision that's best for everyone involved. And the bottom of the deck is the Fool, which is also two cards of Aries energy. You know, you're either willing, high vibe Aries energy is being willing to be bold and brave and confident and make good decisions in your life for you and people affected by your decisions. So you might be dealing with some people who aren't being good leaders. But let's continue on. What's going on with Sagittarius energy? Okay, we had a group of cards that came out. We have the Two of Wands, the Sun card, the Ace of Pentacles, the Virgo Hermit, the Four of Swords, the Three of Wands. So we start from dreaming about a new beginning and people investing in going within to gain insight and wisdom about maybe what stops them from having that new beginning. And they take time to meditate on the past to gain insight and wisdom and see the truth about their own fears, their own self limiting beliefs, their past pain and heartbreak, so that they can invest in taking that action to bring their dreams into reality. So maybe with the Emperor in reverse and the Fool card, right now people haven't made a decision to take that leap of faith because right now they're taking time to illuminate the truth and they're investing time, energy, and effort into healing. And once they have healed and meditated on the truth, that's when they'll take action on what they believe their truth is. And in the Six of Swords, it's moving forward based on that idea and that truth they come to. We go from the Four of Swords to the Six of Swords, so a Two of Swords was at play, and it could have been about what the Two of Swords is Libra energy. So people could have been trying to decide what is just and fair, what is my truth, what will bring me a sense of peace and balance in my life. Now, there's going to be some people in the world who turn their back on doing any of that. We either are curious, and Sagittarius energy is about higher learning and education and having that fiery spark within you to grow and mature yourself to your full potential, to drop some of your baggage, not wanting to carry around the same fears or insecurities or self-limiting beliefs that you had before, and to move forward in your life. And some people aren't motivated to do that. They'd rather move forward in these energies in a either more worldly way or more egoic way. Because in the Six of Swords, what is that truth? Is it peace and love and joy and treating other people the way you like to be treated, being just and fair in relationships? Some people don't want to do that because they'd have to be vulnerable and they run the risk of being hurt. And some people don't have a very strong emotional foundation within themselves to take a leap of faith, to be more bold and brave and confident in life. And so they do their comfort zone still is to keep repeating some patterns of the past. And we all do that, until we're ready to move forward. It's just, we have to take into consideration that some people never invest in gaining insight and wisdom about why they do what they do. And instead of moving forward in truth and love and belief in themselves and belief in their dreams, they decide, I think I know better. I could get hurt doing that. I'm going to keep moving forward the way I have been, kind of more in pride and ego. People are experiencing mental conflict about their dreams because the Six of Swords moves away from the Five of Swords. And the 5 and the 6 and the 7 are Aquarius energy, which is about our dreams. Do we have hope and faith and belief in our dreams? Do we believe we can heal? Do we think other people can heal? Do we have hope in the future? Some people don't have hope in love Maybe they don't believe they can heal. Maybe they don't think they have what it takes to bring their dreams into reality. And so instead of moving forward in truth and love, they move forward more in pride and ego. And they invest in hiding that they've been heartbroken and that their fears and self-limiting beliefs hold them back from their dreams coming into reality. And they just try to more mentally strategize through life. And right now, some of those people might be moving forward in a new beginning that to them seems maybe practical and logical. Maybe it'll make them look like a shining star in the sky, like they're really victorious and successful in the world. And someone could be offering them a new financial opportunity that seems solid and stable. And some of those people are going to hide that they do have healing to do, but they're not doing it yet. And they're hoping that they can just move forward in this new beginning and have their dreams come into reality anyway. But the thing is, the truth usually bubbles up. And if we have unresolved pain and heartbreak and self-limiting beliefs or fears or codependencies or lack of trust and belief in other people, it's probably going to bubble to the surface eventually. And a pattern that some people might have, if they harness shadowy Aries energy, it doesn't matter what zodiac sign they are. We all harness all these energies in a high vibe, a more worldly way, or a more shadowy way. Some people like to move forward, making it more about them. That it's all about if it's good for their ego, good for their image, if people seem to be willing to invest in them, indulge them in a relationship, they're willing to move forward with them. Because makes them look like they've had a new beginning, like they've had a new solid, stable beginning. And they just hide the fact that it's kind of like hoping that this time their dream will come into reality. But if they're in shadowy energy and they're kind of shadowy Aries is about me, 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 me. My wants, my needs, my lust, my greed, my pride, my ego. All about them being indulged because they could have a lot of mental conflict about seeing life from a higher perspective. And it maybe is all about them. 3 cards that in shadow can be very self-centered and egotistical, where they think they should be the center of attention in a relationship. Everyone else should put aside their pride and ego, but not them. They're the star of the show. And they could think that, other people should want to move forward with them. Other people should want to invest in them. In Virgo energy, they might be people who seem to have, like they're going to be a King of Pentacles one day, that they're going to, male or female, that they're going to have a lot of stability and security and all these things that other people would want to move forward with them. And that could be their dream relationship. I want to be the center of attention. I want people to want to move forward with me because they view me a certain way. The only thing is they're hiding that they might live more from their mind than their heart, and they don't ever see the truth that maybe they do think life is all about them. So let's get some clarifiers on it. So some of you might have someone, you're dreaming of having a new beginning, but you're choosing to do it being open, honest, authentic, warm, loving, vulnerable. And those are the types of relationships you want to be in with other people. Other people in high vibe Leo energy who aren't in their shadow, who aren't manipulative, prideful, egotistical, selfish, greedy. People who are loving and warm. People who've chosen to be in life-giving energy instead of shadowy energy. People who are authentic in the world. People who are in high vibe Aries energy. They're bold and brave. Brave enough to be open and honest and authentic and loving and warm and giving in the world to move forward in life, Because in our shadow energy, we can have fear about moving forward in a different way. We want to keep doing things the way we've done it. And throughout our life, we gain insight and understanding about some of our fears and insecurities and self-limiting beliefs. Look at how much you could have changed, between like the age of 15 and 25. Well, some people did shed a lot of layers of their more immature ways of being, their more impulsive ways of being, their more selfish or greedy or whatever ways of being. And some people really didn't change that much. And then some people, it seems like they maybe get to a certain age and they think, I'm good. Look at me. You know, I have stability or security, or I've grown into adulthood and I think I'm good looking. I don't think I have to learn any more lessons. I don't think I have any more layers to shed. But I think we have layers of our worldly nature to shed throughout our life. But some people maybe don't think that so. They might think they're pretty wonderful in the world and they're a shining star and they don't have any lessons to learn. And they think other people should maybe view them as a shining star. But you want to move forward with other people who've grown and matured themselves and keep learning, are now willing to put aside their pride and ego and recognize that we all have lessons to learn in life. And there might be someone that you dream of having a new beginning with, someone who harnesses high vibe Virgo energy, again, regardless of what zodiac sign they are, people who you feel are insightful, people who you believe do act with character and integrity, that they do pay attention to being disciplined within themselves, that if they start to kind of get full of themselves, they put in some work and effort to be like, why do I think it should just be my way? Why am I kind of being egotistical? Why am I being kind of self-centered? Why am I kind of thinking I'm the boss? And they go within to gain insight and wisdom about why would I act that way in a relationship? If I'm in relationship with people who seem to be loving and warm and giving and insightful, why am I not working on healing things with them? And high vibe people do that work within themselves. And all the people in your life who are moving forward with you, between friends and family and children and parents and siblings and coworkers, everybody who has a dream of being all that they can be, of being willing to humble themselves and admit that I do have a shadow nature. I can be a little selfish. I can be a little self-centered. I can get in my self-pity. I can, whatever it is that is kind of people's shadowy nature that might kind of get triggered. You and all the people you're moving forward with are all people who all have this common goal, wanting like a loving, nurturing, supportive, encouraging dream to come into reality. And all the people in the world that are on the same page as you are all people who choose to move forward in truth and love, to be loving and giving and warm, to be encouraging and supportive of others, to offer resources to others that might help other people, be willing to come more out in the world and live their life more authentically and be more bold and brave and confident, and encouraging them to heal and maybe offering them resources. The Pentacles can talk about investing our time, our energy, our encouragement, our resources to other people to help them heal. Because, if we want the world to be a better place, we want everyone to move forward in life, right? Instead of people stubbornly refusing to heal. But we can't make people heal. All we can do is offer love and encouragement and compassion and forgiveness. That, I've let go of things in my life that might have caused me a lot of mental conflict, that might have hurt me, because I want to be free. Our ego and our shadow nature is kind of represented by the devil in tarot. It oppresses us, it restricts us, it confines us, it oppresses us. Our fear, our anxiety, all those things restrict us from being free. And we're meant, I think, to align with our more intuitive, loving nature, to make the free will choice. I choose love. I choose to be free. I'm not going to let my fear and my insecurity and my pride and my ego and my lust and my greed and my more immature, impulsive, lazy, wanting to blame everybody else, being petty and jealous and envious, keep me from living my life. I don't want, that's not fertile soil to plant my dreams within. If I want my dreams to come into reality, I have to plant good seeds, which is being loving and patient and kind. And it starts within ourselves, investing in ourselves to heal. And when we deal with why Am I envious? Why am I jealous? Why am I petty? Why am I vengeful? Why am I not more loving and giving in the world? Why am I defensive to love? Why, and are we going to let other people in our past who, because odds are, probably when we were small children, we all had that hope and faith and belief in our dreams. But on our path and journey in life, we could have invested in other people who hid that they'd been heartbroken. But instead of dealing with the truth of why was there heartbreak in my life? How did I contribute to things not working out? What is the truth and characteristics of other people I might have invested in that made me feel hurt? Were they kind of selfish? Were they kind of immature? We just got to see the truth. The truth sets us free. And from the 4 to the 6 again, it's the 2 of Swords, about not being in two minds about the truth. People who want to be in a relationship with us are motivated and inspired on the same page with us at that time in life, would move forward with us. And sometimes people aren't ready to move forward yet because they haven't healed. They aren't. And some people are never willing to self-reflect, like I say. It's like, nope, I'm not going to do it. It's done. It's over. I'm just moving forward. But it's like shoving a box in the corner of their mind, and that box is giving off like energy. I'm still here. You can't just shove it away and expect it to go away. Some people do, though. And until people have seen the truth, like either they need to grow up and mature themselves, if they're kind of bossy and controlling and manipulative or immature, because shadowy Sagittarius is kind of being immature and impulsive and reckless and kind of caught up in your kind of more immature, passionate nature. And we've all got lessons to learn. I think, in all the different elements, we can go through a phase where I love them and we're learning lessons that, oh my gosh, I can't keep staying in a relationship just because I love someone is causing me too much mental conflict. If they're turning their back on me and not being warm and giving and loving, and if they're not willing to grow and heal and mature themselves, I need to move on. And we go to all the different extremes to learn lessons in life. And you might just have been in some relationships with some people that have some lessons to learn in tempering their more fiery nature, because Sagittarius is fire sign energy. And maybe those people haven't learned some of the life lessons that you have. Some people in shadowy Sagittarius could be people who use their sexuality in relationships, or their charm, or their charisma, to try to get people to stay in relationships with them without doing the inner work to heal themselves. And our shadow nature is about looking outside of us for the answer instead of looking within ourselves for the answer. It starts within loving ourselves, treating ourselves with kindness and compassion and forgiveness, offering compassion and forgiveness to other people for them being where they're at, because we've probably been there before too. And we just see the truth of it. Some people haven't learned lessons in certain areas of their life that other people have. So let's go look. What is this? Well, you might want to have a new beginning with someone who you feel is insightful, that you'd like to heal things with, who might be someone who previously had to move on without you when you had lessons to learn and you weren't willing to invest. So you had to go off on your life lessons to learn some lessons, and there could have been some other people that you could have had the opportunity to be in relationship with, but you didn't move forward with them. And it could have caused them a lot of mental conflict to move away from you. And now that you have learned some lessons in life and you've become illuminated and learned some lessons, you now might want to heal things with some other people in the world who you would like to move forward with, even if it's in friendship, or a relationship. Tell us about this person. Ooh, gee, they kind of came out in a little bit of a jumbled mess. Tell us about the person that Sagittarius wants to talk to. Well, it's someone who they view as being intuitive. Then I think these two cards came out next, which aren't showing themselves, which could be things that you might feel that this person
either just doesn't show everyone in the world, or it could be shadowy characteristics that they reject because they have learned to be more bold and brave and confident in their life and listen to their intuition. The Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. For some, they might be intuitive that in the past you could have turned your back to moving forward with them. And for some of them, there's karma for all our actions in life. There might be some people you would like to move forward with now, but they might no longer feel that their dream can come into reality with you. And we all got to take our lumps. And the other two cards that came out is the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Some people who you might not have moved forward with, just like you can be here, and some people in your past that turned their back to you because they might have some lessons to learn and they haven't healed. And right now you could feel like you don't think your dreams can come into reality with those people, that you've had to let go of thinking you can have a new beginning with that soulmate. Just like you might feel that way towards some people in your past, some of the people in your life that had to move away from you because you were learning some lessons in life might not feel like they can be in a relationship with you anymore. And the reason is because in the past, that's that Two of Swords. In the past, you were indecisive if they were who you wanted to move forward with, or if it was maybe someone from your past, or living life like you had in your past versus willing to move forward with them and do that inner work to heal so that you could keep moving forward with them. And because in the past you were indecisive, you might have some people that aren't willing to, they're going to keep moving forward in their life. If they're not operating from pride and ego, because we don't want to do that, right? They might have had a new beginning. When you turned your back in the past on some people, it could just be people that you could have been friends with, people you could have dated and you didn't. That opportunity, because in our life at any given moment, we're making choices and decisions, and it sets off a whole series of events, constantly throughout our life going down these different paths. And nothing's wasted. That's why I have the two keys on either side. We're going to learn lessons either way. And sometimes when we choose route B instead of route A, all the things that could have come into our life taking that path versus taking the other path might be missed opportunities. Because when we didn't choose to move forward with certain people, they could have had new beginnings with other people that were willing to invest in gaining insight to deal with their self-limiting beliefs or their past pain and heartbreak, to move forward with other people in the world. At any given moment, we can all probably think back on our life and how different our life would have been if we had made different decisions in our life. There also, though, might be someone who is very intuitive. They might not be showing people that they have a dream, a past dream with the Two of Pentacles being in both of them, not showing themselves, that they still could want that dream to come into reality. And they're listening. They could kind of feel stuck because if some people in the Two of Swords did move forward, and had new beginnings with other people, one soulmate connection or the other has to be let go of. If it's like a romantic relationship, and there could be some people right now listening to their intuition. So that could be where you're at right now. There could be somebody you want to heal things with and move forward with. You're listening to your intuition. They could be listening to their intuition. But the whole thing is, again, we can give people time to reflect, but there comes a point in time where, people are either deciding to move forward with us or they're not. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. people are either willing to move forward with us or not. We can't stay in a place of indecision and kind of feeling stuck. Eventually, you know, we have to accept the truth that, you know, some people maybe aren't willing to be in a friendship or a romantic relationship with us or ever offer us that job if it's a job situation, you know, that eventually we've got to move on because we can't, it causes too much mental conflict to stay in a place of indecision. And kind of like not making a decision is a decision. There could have been some people that dreamed of having a new beginning. They wanted to heal something with someone and move forward with those people. But for some of them, someone maybe didn't move forward with them because they were intuitive that the person was stuck, or they made an offer, they could have had a new beginning, and someone was hiding that they needed to heal from some things of the past, and the person they went to go get in a relationship that they thought that they would move forward with, that other person maybe wasn't willing to move forward with them because they could have sensed that this person still had a lot of inner conflict, and maybe the person went to go have the new beginning, but then they were never willing to kind of move forward in it and really bring it into reality in a way. And the other person listened to their intuition. It's like, you know, if you're stuck and you're not ready to move forward with me, then you are kind of like not the person for me, because the person who would be for me would move forward with me in a relationship. And you seem to be in two minds about if you want to move forward. The Two of Swords is Libra energy. Some people, regardless of if they're a Libra sun sign or not, some people have inner conflict maybe about really committing to one path or the other and the people in their life that they would commit to, because they could kind of have divided loyalties. Some people can move forward in a relationship, but they haven't healed from the old relationship. And even though they go get in a new relationship and the new people are thinking, oh, my dreams are going to come into reality, we're going to keep moving forward. And the other person's like, oh, I haven't quite healed from some things from the past. And some people who are in shadowy Sagittarius energy, it could have been all about themselves and indulging in a relationship. And they could have turned their back on some loving people in their life who thought their dream was going to come into reality with them. But because they could be more about themselves and not wanting to make decisions that are best for everyone, and they weren't willing to definitely, you know, the past is done, the other people I could be in a relationship with, you know, that's over, I'm committing to this, you know, and who knows when that happens in a relationship. It could be after you're married for 20 years. Somebody could have turned their back on loving people they could have moved forward with because they decided that they kind of want to move forward operating more from pride and ego, and maybe investing in their more worldly nature, making their life more about money and materialism and status and image as a driving factor in their life. Maybe if they move forward with the loving people in their life, maybe they didn't know if they would have that financial stability and everything they wanted, and maybe don't believe in themselves because they have to heal some self-limiting beliefs within themselves and take that creative inspired action in their life to bring those things into reality. And maybe there's someone who's kind of more, maybe a little bit more of a dreamer, and they never take that action within themselves to move forward in life, and they again look to other people outside of them to help them move forward in life or make it look like they're moving forward in life. Tell us about some people who could have harnessed some shadowy kind of Sagittarius energy in the past or right now. Yeah, more focused on the world in their Capricorn energy. more focused on aligning with the world and their worldly nature and making their life about money and ego and status and image than love, because moving forward in love would require them to look at life from a higher perspective. And then not showing something here. Ooh, the Emperor. Yeah, they're more maybe focused on money and materialism instead of making decisions that are best for everyone involved. And the reason is because of this card that's not showing itself, which is the Ten of Pentacles. They also might not have showed people in the world. They might present themselves as a King of Pentacles, male or female. They present themselves as being like a very nurturing, mature, stable, grounded person who'd be like a good marriage partner and a good leader in business. But what they don't show people and that they kind of hide is that they might be kind of bossy and controlling and kind of self-centered in relationships and at work. And they present themselves as being like just and fair and balanced and loving, but really they might be much more ego focused, control focused. Maybe some people really want to look like a boss because an emperor would be a higher level than a king of pentacles. And some people, if there was someone else that they could get in a relationship with that was offering them a new financial opportunity to move forward with them, they could have kind of gotten in their ego and kind of more their shadowy nature of just about them. And they decided to do that, hiding that they were maybe living more from their mind than their heart. And they kind of think it's just and fair to do that. And some of them are doing that right now. And they're expecting their dreams to come into reality. Shadowy, if there's quite shadowy people in the world, they like to sometimes just even prey on people and look for people who don't love and believe in themselves and who don't listen to their intuition and don't take bold, brave, confident action to believe in themselves and believe in their dreams. And if they can find someone like that in the world who feels stuck, it's like, hey, they kind of use their intuition manipulatively. Hey, I think this person hasn't learned how to love and believe in themselves. I think they feel stuck. I don't think they have confidence in themselves to move forward. I think they might have a lot of mental conflict in moving forward on their own. Maybe I can get them to get in a relationship with me, have a new kind of like intimate beginning with them to get them to work with me. And some people like to be in relationships with people like that, because then if those people are kind of maybe willing to be in a relationship with the people who have money and materialism, who are kind of prideful or egotistical and self-centered and like to be kind of bossy and controlling in relationships, male or female, people could think they're good looking and think other people should put them in a privileged position in a relationship. People can have money, and because they have money, they're the deferred one in the relationship. And there's some people who like to prey on people who don't love and believe in themselves, because then they can be kind of seem like the shining star in the relationship. And then they can kind of feel, at least in their mind, they think it'll work out where the person maybe will not heal, hide from healing, and stay in a relationship with them and move forward with them in this new beginning, more because of maybe it looks successful by worldly standards. It looks like their dreams have come into reality. And sometimes people get people in a relationship and then, they're maybe not very loving, not very creative or inspired or communicative, even with the Ace of Wands. In denial of the fact that they kind of prey on people or are bossy and controlling or self-centered. And so long as the other people don't love and believe in themselves, the other people think, that's great. You're my ideal partner, What is the advice for the Sagittariuses who you're doing work within yourself, regardless of if there's some new people in your life that you're wishing would move forward with? You're healing and investing in yourself and believing in your dreams and moving forward. Um, what do high vibe Sagittariuses not see coming in their future? And it's kind of like, I will wait. If there's certain people in my life that I think right now might not be in a loving situation that they might feel stuck in, I'll try to love and encourage them just like you do children and siblings who could be caught up in living their life in a way that maybe isn't very loving or inspired. But eventually we can't, it's kind of like, well, I got to move on, Anytime you work it out, come on, move forward with me. Yeah, what they don't see coming is that they are going to have a new inspired beginning with loving people in the Three of Cups and Cancer energy. Not necessarily with the Cancer, just people who operate from a foundation of love. Because why? Because that's what you're moving forward and investing your time and energy in. You're being bold and brave and creative to keep moving forward in the energy of love. Listening to your intuition about people you encounter as you go. Are they aligned with being loving and bold and brave and listening to their intuition? Or are they people who hide that there may be people who want to keep repeating patterns of the past and hoping that, it's kind of like not willing to learn lessons in life and hoping that I'm going to keep doing things exactly the way I've always done it. And this time I hope it works. But, that's doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is like the definition of insanity. But you might know some people who hide from healing and they keep stubbornly refusing. Nope, I refuse to. It's going to be my way or the highway kind of thing. And they might end up feeling stuck. If there's been some people who've been very shadowy and they never do the work within themselves, they could keep thinking things are going to work out just fine, but they could have a repeating pattern where eventually people see the truth. Because if people get in a relationship with them and they have a new beginning and they invest in it, those people are doing the work to bring the dream into reality. They're dealing with their self-limiting beliefs that bubble up, their fears, their insecurities. They're shedding some of those layers. And when they get ready to move forward, that's when they kind of see the truth that the other person was just kind of indulging in the relationship, using their emotions manipulatively. They never plan to move forward in truth and love, being vulnerable, being authentic, looking at life as an adventure to be lived. It's more because we can't move forward in life differently until we're willing to see the truth about, if someone who uses their emotions manipulatively in relationships or their sexuality to try to manipulate people to be in a relationship, they want them to be in a relationship, but they don't want to see life from a higher perspective. They don't want to change anything about the way they live their life. And if they live their life using their sexuality and their emotions manipulatively, that might be how they view everybody in the world as being, or, they don't see a problem with it. And then other people could leave their life again, and it's like, huh. And then when the other people move on and have new beginnings, they could hide the fact that the reason those people moved on from them is because they did heal. And these people refuse to heal. They keep moving forward in their ego, being emotionally defensive, investing in hiding that they live more from their mind than their heart. It's kind of like more of a mental chess game to manipulate people to be in a relationship with them without them being authentically vulnerable and open and loving in a relationship. Tell us about the people that are kind of in quite shadowy Sagittarius energy who have some lessons to learn. What do those people not see coming? So I would say high vibe people are right now investing in new beginnings and they're healing, and their dreams will be coming into reality based on what they're manifesting. The other people are going to probably move forward in their pride and ego. They're going to invest in a new beginning also. But it's like, look, again, it's like hoping that other people will be the solution, that they'll heal without doing, like, it's someone else's job to make them heal without them taking responsibility for it. And they're hoping their dreams will come into reality, but the other people might move away from them because we can't fill someone else up. They have to learn to fill their own cup. You can love and encourage people, but if they're like a black hole and they never take responsibility for filling themselves up emotionally and knowing their own worth and value, it's like a black hole trying to fill up. With the people in shadowy energy, quite shadowy energy, don't see coming, is that because they invested more in pride and ego, people are going to move away from them and they're going to take action listening to their heart and intuition to move forward in life, to take the lesson they've learned from dealing with people who invest more in pride and ego than love. And those people are going to invest in working through their own fears and insecurities and self-limiting beliefs about having gotten caught up in a relationship with these kind of people, and they're going to become enlightened to the truth that some people do operate more from pride and ego. They get relationships out of fear, insecurity, pride, ego, lust, greed, or because they think they're all that, and they're kind of self-centered, because the hangman too can be people operating from pride and ego. We either invest in pride and ego or we invest in the truth, and we operate from a foundation of love. We're willing to humble ourselves and learn lessons in life, to deal with our own fears and insecurities about love, to be enlightened to the truth so that we can move forward in life. And what this person doesn't see coming is that the high vibe people in their life are going to have new inspired beginnings with other loving people, because they're no longer an illusion about these type of people back here. They see the truth that they do operate from pride and ego, or they're very self-centered, or they have these illusions about what it means to be in a relationship where they might be really motivated by money and materialism and ego, but not everybody else is. And other people aren't going to be willing to stay in a relationship with them just because by worldly standards it might look very successful. If it's not based on love, other people are going to go, it's like an empty shell of a relationship in a way. It's like having sex with someone without there being love there, you know? But then we could have some people who are in between. So we have our dualistic nature. Some people have definitely picked the path. I'm listening to my intuition. I've learned a lot of lessons in life. I'm not going to indulge in my more immature, indulgent, prideful, egotistical nature. I have a goal. I've done enough of that, learned enough lessons. I'm listening to my intuition to guide me. And I'm going to love and believe in myself. And I'm going to offer myself compassion and forgiveness. I had lessons to learn. Some other people have definitely picked the more shadowy path. Either a more worldly path, being motivated and inspired all about money and materialism and ego. That's what fills them up. That is what they think gives them a sense of purpose and value in life. And that dictates their decisions they make. Or it could just be indulging in the world, hiding from the truth. Not wanting to see the truth about themselves or others. Then we could have people who are kind of indecisive, you know, because we can do that in our life. We kind of like to present ourselves one way in the world, but we still indulge our more kind of immature, indulgent nature. There could be some people right now who are wondering, do I actually do the work to heal so I can move forward in my life? Or am I going to hide that I'm kind of heartbroken and I don't maybe love myself or believe in myself, or I'm in a heartbreaking situation, but because it might look like my ships of dreams have come into reality, I'll just stay in it? Tell us about what the people who are in the in-between don't see coming. Eight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. The people who did put in the work and effort to turn their back on the past, who are no longer clinging to old ways of thinking and believing and perceiving themselves, those people are putting in work and effort to move forward in their life. And then they might feel stuck. If they're in relationships with people who are very driven in shadowy Virgo energy, because they could have invested in someone who harnesses. That could be the choice. Do I invest in people who harness shadowy Virgo energy, which is all about putting work and effort to emotionally invest in people who harness shadowy Virgo energy, who might become a King of Pentacles one day, but who live more from their mind than their heart and might be kind of stubborn and prideful and egotistical? Do I keep emotionally investing in them? Or do I listen to my heart and intuition to see myself and the world around me and expand my perception of what I believe is possible? Do I invest in putting in work and effort to work through my own fears and insecurities and self-limiting beliefs so that I could maybe emotionally work with other people who harness high vibe Virgo energy, who've also done that work within themselves and are enlightened to love? If they don't put in the work and effort, they're probably going to feel stuck because they are clinging to an old way of being, either their worldly nature or their fearful nature or their materialistic nature or their prideful nature. It might look by worldly standards that their dream came into reality. One really would be their dream. One would maybe be in a relationship with people they're not really motivated, inspired by, attracted to, but because they're not willing to make a choice, for some of them, if they're unwilling to make a choice, they won't have either people in their life anymore. The people who, if they're kind of thinking, I think I should move forward, I think I should do love, I'm not sure if this is what I want, I hold back from putting in work and effort. Well, the people, regardless of what the other people in their life, what their dream is, the other people are probably going to hold back from them. If you can't make a decision of what you're committed to, they might end up being stuck because nobody's willing to work with them because they can't ever make a decision about, do they want to do love? Do they want to do money? Do they want to take inspired action in one direction or the other or not, So there you go, Sagittarius. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.